So before I gave my life to Jesus Christ, I grew up in a very religious household. What that means is that every Sunday we went to church. Every Sunday my parents were involved, but I personally never had a relationship with Jesus Christ. I didn't know him for myself. I never experienced him for myself. So when I was younger, unfortunately, I was sexually abused, and that created a lot of hurt and a lot of stress in my mind, a lot of mind hassles that I remember going through. I was very much depressed, and I felt so isolated. I felt like no one in this world can relate to me and to relate to what I went through and how I felt. So I remember constantly thinking, like, I don't want to be myself. I want to be someone else. So I used to try to get new friends or drink or party my life away. Just really trying to suppress the memories and suppress the feelings that were inside of me. And so basically without Christ, I was very much lost. So I came to a point in my life where I had no desire for church. I just didn't want anything to do. I was tired of just going to church and doing my own thing and caught up in that cycle. So I remember making a vow to myself, telling myself that I'll never go back to church, that I'm gonna do my own thing, live life however I want to live life. So maybe a week after that decision that I had made, I was at Jane Finch, and a brother preached to me, and basically he invited me out to church. And not only that, but he really just made me realize that I was a sinner and I was convicted of sin, and if I was to die today, I would make hell my home and not heaven. And just being faced with that reality, I decided that, you know what, it's time for a change, and I was open to going to church. So I ended up going to church, and that evening the preacher preached a sermon called Touching Jesus. And throughout the sermon, throughout the night, I remember really identifying with what he was saying. I connected exactly with what he was talking about. And basically he was just talking about countless people in need of a savior, in need of healing. And I really much identified with that. I remember feeling like, oh my goodness, that's me. I felt like I was in need of healing. I had a broken heart, a messed up mind, and I really felt like I needed change in my life, and I needed desperately to make a decision. And at the end of the night, as the altar call came, I remember just a pounding feeling in my heart, and I rose my hand and I made that decision to give Jesus Christ my whole entire life, surrender my heart to him in my life, and that's what I did. But after making that decision, my life turned upside down. I remember just having a strong desire to read my Bible, to just be in the presence of God and his people. So I came to church, and it's not just that I attended the church, but I just became the church. Became very much involved in anything that I can. I just felt like I became a new creature. Like old things have definitely passed. Like I got rid of everything that held me back, anything that hindered me from serving God. I really went forward and pushed through. So now I'm very much involved in church. I'm there every Sunday, every Wednesday, and honestly I can never turn back. I'll never turn back.